Hi, sweetie. So today's lesson is about mostly me. We had to get there at some point. Um, just because nothing in the 3D is happening, it doesn't mean that there's no movement. Just because you don't see movement doesn't mean it's not there. Just because you can't touch the movement doesn't mean it's not there. Okay? There's always movement. And your movement is always going to be based on your baseline, which is the identity that you will always return to, that you always return to. Lately, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been feeling the best. I haven't been feeling very motivated or very certain. Not certain, that's the wrong word. We'll stick with unmotivated, you know? And right now, I just did a reading because I started learning tarot, right? And I was like, universe, give me a sign, give me something, baby girl. And from what I've learned about tarot so far, this spread was very reassuring. It was just the universe telling me, sweetie, I got you. I got you. When have I ever failed you? Never. Okay? When you're manifesting something really big in your life, it takes time for it to really materialize because you're shifting identities, you're shifting new beliefs, you are, you know, getting rid of limiting beliefs, you're doing shadow work, you're building boundaries and standing on them, you're building standards and standing on them. You're completely like you're dying. Your old self is dying. When has grief ever been just happens in one day and then the next day you're over this person's death? Of course not. It takes time to grieve somebody. Imagine when that person is you. You gotta, you had to not necessarily completely kill your old self because I don't believe that you kill your previous self. No, but you become a different person, and then you start thinking from a different mindset. You start manifesting from a different mindset. You start navigating life from a different mindset, from a different perspective, like the hanged man. You know. So when you're manifesting something very big and you have to on top of that change who you are and how you think and how you act and how you dress and how you speak and how you just perceive the world as a whole, that takes time, and you need to give yourself grace for that. Give yourself grace. Things might not be moving as quickly as you'd like them to, but it doesn't mean they're not moving. It doesn't mean nothing's happening. That's not what that means. No movement is movement. You just don't see it. Okay? As I said, this is mostly about me. It's what I've been going through, and it's a message that I needed to hear, but I feel like somebody needs to hear it too, so I'm going to say it. It's not stagnance. Stagnance means you've completely given up. Stagnance means that in this time of silence, you are not improving, you are not working towards your goals in some way. You're not, if you're learning if you're learning a language, then you're not language learning. If you're learning tarot, you're not drawing cards every day. If you're not, if you want to get into gardening, you're not gardening every day. Things like that you want to do. If you keep on improving them every single day, then you are improving. The material world or the material wealth that you're manifesting might not materialize as yet, but trust this movement. There's always movement. That is a fact. There is always movement. But then the only difference between the stagnance and this period of silence that you don't understand, that seems uncertain, the only difference and the only thing that's going to determine what your future will look like is the baseline you return to. You're allowed to doubt, you're allowed to feel uncertain, you're allowed to feel hopeless, you're allowed to feel unmotivated. You're human. You're human. You are the universe having a human experience, so you will feel human and you will act human, you will think human. But as long as you return to the same baseline, that at the end of the day, yes, I might not see what's going on, but at the end of the day must end, Ketlal. At the end of the day, I am who I know I am. I am that girl. I always get what I want. The universe loves spoiling me. I always get opportunities just handed to me freely because I am magnetic. Your future will always be based on whatever your baseline is, even in that time of stagnance or stillness. What are you telling yourself during that time? Feel the doubt, feel the uncertainty. I'm not saying don't feel it. Don't suppress it because you will live in it. Feel it, validate it, and then let it go. But even in then, there's going to be that voice in your head. What is that voice saying? In all of this, me feeling unmotivated, never not once have I ever thought it's not going to work out. Never not once did I think I don't get what I want in life. Why? Because that's the baseline that I work from. I always get what I want, whenever I want, however I want it, with whoever I want to have it with. Okay? So, this goes back to the very first lesson we've ever had on this page, on this channel. Very first one, your self concept. Okay? That is the most important thing in manifestation. You can literally, as I said, forget everything else you know about manifestation and focus on your self concept alone, and that is manifestation at its best. Okay? Now, there's no homework today. I'm nice. I'm nice. I'm such a nice teacher. There's no homework today. Okay? But I do want you to just think about that just a little while. Just even for 5 minutes while you're brushing your teeth or whatever that you're doing right now. Okay? I needed this, so I felt like you guys needed it too. Okay? I love you. I'll see you in the next lesson. Mwah. Bye.